The FC Barcelona summer transfer window is shaping up to be massive. With Hansi Flick leading the project, the club is targeting top names like Julián Álvarez, Victor Osimhen, and Dušan Vlahović to strengthen the attack. At the same time, keeping João Cancelo is a top priority, while Alessandro Bastoni remains the main defensive target. But the drama doesn't stop there. The future of Marcus Rashford is still uncertain, and rising talents like Rooney Bargie and Victor Munoz could play a key role in the club's plans. With financial pressure from La Liga, Barcelona must make every move count this summer. Barcelona aiming for 3 new signings plus Cancelo stay, report. There are still some weeks left till the summer transfer window opens, but seemingly FC Barcelona already have their plans for the next market in place. According to reports from Mundo Deportivo, FC Barcelona have already mapped out 4 key moves for the upcoming transfer window, and it's shaping up to be a strategic summer. First, the club wants to secure the future of João Cancelo, whose loan spell is nearing its end. Keeping him is seen as a priority to maintain stability in defense. Secondly, Barcelona are actively searching for a top striker, with Julián Álvarez identified as the main target. However, with Atletico Madrid unlikely to negotiate easily, the club is already considering alternatives such as Dušan Vlahović, Victor Osimhen, and Alexander Sorloth. Third, strengthening the defense remains crucial, with Alessandro Bastoni emerging as the top candidate. The Italian defender is reportedly keen on making the move, which gives Barcelona a potential advantage in negotiations. Finally, the club has yet to decide on the future of Marcus Rashford. If a permanent deal proves too expensive, Barcelona could explore other options like Jan Virgili, Victor Munoz, Ez Abd, or Andreas Schelderup. Thus, the Catalan side is expected to have quite a busy transfer window as they look to bolster their team ahead of the next season. Juventus joined the race to sign Barcelona youngster on loan, report. In any other team in the world, Rooney Bargie may have had a strong case for more minutes given his talent. At FC Barcelona, however, it is complicated. Fighting with Lamine Yamal for a starting spot on the right wing, it appears close to impossible at the time being for the Swedish prodigy to feature in a prominent role. In fact, he has barely seen regular minutes all season despite arriving amid much hype, and rumors of a departure coming to the fore. Suitors galore. As reported by Mundo Deportivo, Rooney is not opposed to a departure from Barcelona on loan in June, and all signs point to him having no dearth of suitors. Knowing full well of his situation, the same clubs that competed with Barcelona for his signing last summer are back in his pursuit. That includes the likes of AS Monaco, Porto, and Real Betis, in addition to Juventus, who have now appeared on the fore. Indeed, the Serie A giants have entered the scene for the young winger and will offer him a tempting way out of Barcelona, especially given how they have an aura as one of Europe's historically successful sides. In any case, however, Barcelona are only open to a departure on loan and do not contemplate a permanent transfer in any capacity. They intend to retain complete control of the player's future. Hansi Flick, for his part, loves the player and may well have a larger role for him in the team next season. Bargie's future, however, will largely depend on his performance in the FIFA World Cup at the end of the season and what impression he leaves. Barcelona hold concrete interest in La Liga winger with €40 million release clause with Deco and admirer. Doubts are growing at FC Barcelona about permanently signing Marcus Rashford from Manchester United in the summer by activating their €30 million purchase clause. As such, the Blaugrana are already keeping tabs on other potential targets to reinforce the left flank in the summer window. One player who happens to be on their radars is CA Osasuna star Victor Munoz. The 22-year-old is someone with a history with Barca, having spent 3 years at La Masia early in his youth career. Barcelona tracking Munoz for a long time. Now, according to Mundo Deportivo, Barcelona's interest in Munoz is very genuine, with the club having tracked him on several occasions. Sporting director Deco is understood to be an admirer of the Osasuna winger. Munoz, who began at St. Gabriel, had originally joined La Masia at the age of 11, staying there from 2014 to 2017. In 2021 he joined Real Madrid's academy after a stint with DAM, and in the 2023-24 season he was promoted to the reserve team, Castilla. As per the report, Barcelona renewed their focus on Munoz when he became part of Castilla, where he played for 2 seasons between 2023 and 2025 in the RFEF Primera Division. The club's sporting department continued compiling reports on Munoz during his time with Castilla. The player has continued to be monitored in person by the Blaugrana even as his emergence has accelerated. 3 of the most recent matches in which Barcelona monitored him were Rayo Vallecano vs Osasuna, Elche vs Osasuna, and Osasuna Girona, as well as fixtures involving the Spain national football team in March. Deco believes he fits the profile Barcelona are seeking. He is appreciated for his pace, ability to make piercing runs, dribbling and skills in 1v1 situations. The 22-year-old is also valued for his defensive contributions, one of the shortcomings identified in Rashford. Complications in deal. Despite being a player of interest, Barcelona are not guaranteeing a move. He has a release clause of €40 million, but Real Madrid retain a buyback option for €8 million this summer, which rises to €9 million and €10 million for 2027 and 2028, respectively. In addition, Real Madrid still retain a 50% share of his economic rights as well as a right of first refusal should they choose not to activate the clause. Despite FC Barcelona showing strong interest in Victor Munoz, a deal currently looks unlikely, especially if Real Madrid decide to step in and activate their advantage in the situation. At the same time, Barcelona's transfer ambitions remain very high ahead of the summer window. The club is planning to strengthen multiple areas of the squad, with a new centre-back and a centre-forward seen as top priorities, while reinforcements on the wings are also being considered. However, everything depends on finances. According to Javier Tebas, president of La Liga, Barcelona are progressing well toward returning to the crucial 1:1 rule. This regulation would allow the club to spend freely based on the income they generate, something essential if they want to register new signings. Speaking at the Barcelona Open Bank Sabadell, Tebas acknowledged that the club is on the right path financially, although uncertainty still remains about whether they will meet the requirement before the transfer window opens. He said, "They are on the right track. Whether they will get there by June 30th, I don't know." He further clarified the implications of the rule and the club's position. When you reach the 1:1 rule, you have to generate income in order to sign players. I don't know what Barca's plans are or whether they will reach it. Tebas also offered a broadly positive assessment of Barcelona's recent financial work, highlighting the reduction in costs and improved structural management across the club. They are structuring their spending very well. They have made a very significant reduction in sporting costs, not just in football, he said, adding that Barcelona have now reached the level they should be at according to La Liga's economic controls. He concluded, "It is a very important step forward for their sustainability. Now they are better, much better, but there is still a long way to go until the summer." While Javier Tebas left some room for doubt, one can still hope that FC Barcelona will be able to get the job done and return to 1:1 status before the start of the summer transfer window cannot be rendered on this page. One thing is clear, FC Barcelona are heading into a crucial and decisive transfer window. From big signings to tough decisions and emerging talents, every move will shape the future of the club. With Deco managing the strategy and financial rules monitored by Javier Tebas, the margin for error is very small. Barcelona are rebuilding, and this summer could define the next era at Camp Nou.